Good day everyone, here I am again, Ian El Palalios for another video. And this time I will discuss about a Supreme Court case which is the Chavez v. Gonzalez or GR number 168338 of 2008. Before I proceed to the questions about this, let me just elaborate the case or the summarization of the case. So, the case is about freedom of the press and freedom of expression, right? It happened during President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and is connected to the Garci tapes controversy, recordings that allegedly showed election fraud in the 2004 elections. A citizen, Francisco Chavez, questioned warnings from government officials telling broadcasters they could face penalties if they aired the tapes, right? He said these tapes this was he said this was unfair and could stop media from reporting, which violates the right of the public to know what's happening. The fact the facts are the the facts are that in 2005 the NTC or the National Telecommunications Commission issued a press release warning TV, right. This issued a press release warning TV and radio stations about airing the Garci tapes. They said stations could lose their licenses if the tapes were broadcasted and later found to be false or illegal. The DOJ or Department of Justice Secretary also made public statements warnings that people or media who had the tapes could be prosecuted under the anti-wiretapping law. Chavez argued that these warnings made the media scared to report and violate freedom of speech and the press because it was stopping information from reaching the public, right? The main issue in this case was whether the government warnings were an unconstitutional prior restraint. That means did these threats prevent people from speaking or publishing before there was proof of wrongdoing? So the Supreme Court ruled that the warnings were unconstitutional. The court said that the freedom of the press is very important, especially when public wants information about matters of public interest. They explained that government can't threaten media just because something might be false. Media can only be restricted if there is a clear and present danger, right? Which was not proven here, the Garcia tapes. This case shows that the public's right to know is more important than government fear of possible wrong reporting. So that I think that is the context of the case. Now let's proceed to the questions. So for the question number one, what is the case all about? I think I'll just reiterate this because I already said it. So the case is about freedom of the press and free speech. It asks whether the government can warn or threaten media not to air or report something, especially politically sensitive issues like the Garcia tapes. Chavez said these warnings from the NTC and DOJ were unfair and un- violated constitutional rights. Essentially, it's about whether the government can stop media from speaking or publishing before they even do it, which is called prior restraint, or if that's illegal. It also shows that tension between government authority and public interest. On one hand, the government argued that airing the tapes could violate laws like the anti-wiretapping law. On the other hand, the public had a right to know about serious allegations of election fraud like Garcia tapes. So the case is really about finding the balance between gov- government control and protecting freedom of speech and press. So for question number two, we're in question number two. What are the facts of the case? So in 2005, after the Garcia tapes were released, the NTC issued a press release warning TV and radio stations that if they aired the tapes and later the tapes were found to be illegal, the stations could have their licenses suspended or even cancelled. So, the DOJ secretary also said publicly that people or media who had the tapes could be prosecuted. So, Chavez filed a petition that he filed a petition saying these actions violated freedom of speech and press because they made media scared to report something important. Another important fact is that Garci tapes were politically very sensitive, involving the alleged election fraud by the sitting president, which is former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. The warnings from the NTC and DOJ could make media self-censor, meaning they might avoid reporting critical news out of fear of punishment. It's like, what's this called? Authoritarianism, like that. Chavez argued that this was unfair and harmful to the democracy, which is right, because the public needed the information to make informed decisions and hold leaders accountable. So that's it for question number three. We're heading to question number three. What are the issues on the case? The main issue was whether the government warnings and threats were unconstitutional prior restraint, meaning they tried to stop free speech before it even happened. Is it okay for the government to scare media from reporting something, or does that violate the constitution? It's like another way to say it. Can the government punish people or media just for reporting something that might later to be illegal without first proving wrongdoing? A related issue is about the right of the public to know. Yeah, that's right. Even if the tapes could potentially involve illegal activity, of course, the public still had strong interest in knowing about them. It's about transparency, right? The court had to decide which is more important, the government's interest in enforcing the law or the people's right to be informed about matters affecting democracy. So, this is like a central question in freedom of the press cases. Yeah. So, that's it. We're heading to question number four. So, what is the ruling of the Supreme Court? So, the Supreme Court ruled that the warnings were unconstitutional prior restraint. The court said that the government cannot stop or threaten media from reporting important public information unless there is a very clear and present danger. They emphasized that freedom of the press and the public's access to information are fundamental rights that must be protected. So the court nullified the NTC press release and made it clear that broadcasters could not be punished just for airing the tapes under these circumstances. Furthermore, the court also explained that freedom of expression is especially strong when the issue involves public interest or political matters. That's right. In other words, because the Garci tapes related to alleged election fraud, the media had an even stronger right to report on it. They must have an even stronger right to report on it. The decision reinforced the idea that government warnings that intimidate media can chill free speech and are not allowed unless there is a very serious reason, which was not present in the case. Okay, for the last question, which is the question number 5. So, what are my takeaways or learnings from this case? So, my takeaways. Okay, this one is a big key takeaway, I think. The freedom of the press is essential in a democracy like Philippines. So the media needs to be able to report information even if it's controversial without being scared of government punishment. This case, Chavez v. Gonzalez, shows that prior restraint or trying to stop speech before it happens is, yeah, generally illegal. Another learning is that there must be always a balance between government authority and public rights. While the government can enforce laws, it cannot use threats to control media coverage because it's not democracy anymore. It's authoritarianism. It's like dictatorship. It's like that. The case also teaches that the public's right to information is very, very, very important, especially when it concerns political matters like the Garci tapes, like from the election. So finally, it shows that citizen and media play a key role in holding government accountable. They must. We must. And protecting their rights helps democracy work better. So I think that's it. That is my reflection or answers. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy and learned about this. Thank you.